Hello, everybody. This is José Ignacio from the Uncomfortable Dialogues 2022.
For today's dialogue, we have my all-time friend, Germán Valencia. Germán is a phenomenal businessman. He's a fascinating leader. He's a former U.S. Army officer. He's also a former Procter & Gamble executive, and he's also a former DHL executive. So he's a former of many things, really wants to make this place even better. So without any further ado, Germán, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Jose Ignacio. Nice to see you. Nice to be with you. You're looking great.
Thank you very much. Well, we look the same, so experience tell us.
Experience.
So, Germán, you have been working in multiple places. So you have worked in the US, Colombia, Brazil, Germany. So where are you now these days?
I am living in Medellin, Colombia. Great
So the
place
capital
to be.
of the world. The capital of the world.
The eternal spring. It's the city of eternal spring because the weather is always, you don't need an air conditioner nor a heater.
Wow, this is great. Yeah, Medellin is a lovely city. Right now, it's just truly kind of close to paradise. So it's a very nice place.
It's close to a paradise.
Yeah. Well, are you having fun? Business as usual, or you are facing some challenges?
I'm having fun because I'm helping a lot of the local businessmen here in Medellin, Colombia. I'm sharing with them a lot of my experiences, a lot of my knowledge that I have gained with over 40 years of work. And I think that they're very welcoming of my ability to help them out, solve their problems within the context of my knowledge and experience.
If you were to decide to publish a book, and the book will be Germán's Leadership Toolbox, how will you tell yourself, where is Germán today?
Yeah, I think I'm the collective view of many experiences. So the toolbox is rich.
Okay.
Again, as I mentioned, I have lived in over 5 countries. I have visited over 75 countries from a business perspective. I have experienced many cultures. Just to give you an example, about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I was able to move from the US to Germany to become the first Latin American to work for a German conglomerate. I reached the top 75 executive group of this conglomerate, and I was the first Latin American. So just making that transition, basically, it was sort of a peak point of many fortunate experiences, fortunate people that I worked for. In the past, I felt like they were just preparing me all along. The opportunity came along and I was able to leverage. I continue to mentor people. As a matter of fact, I'm mentoring 7 people right now, and it's the same people that I mentored throughout the crisis. And the main thing that they needed were asking to do is just to be there for them. Hey, I want to call you, reach out to you. Let's have a 30-minute call once a week, once every other day, just to kind of talk things through. So I felt like I was an asset to them, especially to help them provide a human-centered approach to their communication, whether it was the person-to-person communication or the email type of communication, how they could come across more human, provide more empathy, be more empathetic to the situation, to their people, for them to realize, hey, I'm no longer in an office environment. I need to change my leadership approach to make themselves accessible to people through a virtual setting. So for me, it's just helping them change their leadership mode to be there for people, to be visible, to realize that it was the leader's role to reach out to them rather than the employee reaching out to them. Because it also allowed these leaders who have been mentoring for them to get a personal view into the reality of the people that worked into them that normally you don't do it in a day-to-day work environment because you're so focused on getting things done. So it was one of these things that, slow down, get to know the people better so you can pick up speed to continue to get the results done.
Germán, I love hearing what you said. I was going to ask you, what is going to be your legacy? Mentoring 7 business leaders in my community So the ratio is excellent. 1 to 7, you are really creating knowledge and capability locally, which is kudos to you. I'm really glad to listen to that one.
No, thank you, José Ignacio. And again, the reason why I'm doing that is because I benefited from mentoring. I'm a product of mentoring. When I was in the U.S. military, I had mentors. When I was working for Procter & Gamble, I had mentors. So I'm just giving back the same way other people gave to me. So I mean, it really becomes kind of how do you build a legacy? More important than your legacy is the legacy to the people that mentor me. It's my way to give back to them.
Yeah, and you know, if we were having many more Germán Valencias in the world, I bet you that the world is going to be far richer, because bringing your expertise to the younger generation is going to be an invaluable asset. So kudos to you. Unfortunately, time is a master, and we don't have too much time to continue to have this phenomenal conversation. So, but I have one final question to you. So throughout your career, I bet you that you have seen zillions of crises. And the current crisis we are facing is not going to be your last crisis. There will be many other crises coming down the pipeline. How we can really pack our experience in a way that we will be able to be better qualified to anticipate the crisis. Can you give us some thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think the first thought is, as a leader, you got to set direction. Yes, you got to make decisions, but I think more importantly, I learned to be flexible. I learned that I was vulnerable, and the more vulnerable I was, the more people were willing to help me. But I needed to tell them, hey, listen, I need help. I don't have the answer to everything. So reaching out to other people, sharing with them my vulnerability, gave me the opportunity to gain a new ability, which is having more trust in other people. So I think that flexibility, that sense that if you're vulnerable and you ask for help, somebody will help you. And I think that these are the type of skill sets that leaders going forward will need. A leader doesn't have the playbook. The playbooks are things that you come up with as the crisis come along. Yeah, you reach into your experiences, but there are no two identical crises. So the playbook, needs to have kind of shades of gray. And as a leader, I need to be able to feel comfortable knowing that those shades of grays are okay to have, while I still need to be able to make decisions and to lead people into an outcome.
Excellent. Well, great recap. Excellent. Thank you very much, Germán. So I really appreciate your time and your passion, and kudos to you for making Medellin a lovely city. So a city closer to paradise, or paradise version 2. Kudos to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, José Ignacio. Great project. I look forward to getting to know the experiences of the other leaders you have interviewed.
Excellent.
Thank you.
And for everybody else watching this webcast, if you happen to have any question to Germán or to myself, just write it down here in LinkedIn and YouTube, and I promise you we'll get back to you.